So I had a lot of videos about asking me about how I finished a guillotine from side control on last Saturday, and it's all about this grip here. So when your opponent goes for the comes down, you go for like a normal guillotine. So explain a normal guillotine. I'm trying to get this part of the bone here in, and I normally finish like this, but obviously a bit closer to my opponent. So the grip that I'm actually going for here is not just a chin strap, but I'm going a little bit higher with the chin strap. So probably about that much higher. So here, I'm going a little bit higher. And what you should kind of be finding is that part of your wrist against your opponent's neck there. So as we come in here, we come up a little bit higher. And then when my opponent's head is in here now, if the camera comes around to this side here, you should see that my left elbow tucks back now. And I already here get the choking motion here. So I can finish off here, and when I finish off here, I come up and then bring my left elbow down to the floor. I get that tap really easy. But I actually developed this from the gi. So if we come back around to this side, I used to kind of get the gi here and let the opponent come around and finish high here. But in the no gi, I just developed it to go from the gi here to here. So the same type of grip, but just around the chin instead of the lapel. So when I come into here, my opponent now comes around, my opponent can already feel that there's a choke on here. So depending on how tight it is, depends what I do here. I ideally don't want my opponent to come over and get this from flute, but if they get the from flute, I don't think there's as much pressure as it normally would be for a normal guillotine. So I can come under the arm here and just keep him tight. This stops my opponent from doing any rolling this way. If he rolls onto over his right shoulder, then if you could do a full roll from there, yeah. Then I keep holding this anyway and come up for the guillotine and finish there. If he comes around to north-south, like I saw a few people say, it actually makes it tighter for him. So what I do in this position is actually make a grip here, underneath the leg, and finish here. But my opponent on Saturday got to this position here and went to push down the elbow like a normal guillotine escape would be. But he's not actually doing anything except for making it tighter, because what he's doing is pushing his head into my pectoral muscle and then getting a tap. So it actually made it worse for my opponent on Saturday. My other option from here was to go underneath the leg and pull in here, but I didn't feel like I needed to. Sometimes I do that to get more of an angle to get the tap. But because I felt it was on, I didn't really need to. I hope that kind of describes everything, but that's like the gist of what I done on Saturday.